What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends, the Fantastic Four First Steps, Johnny Storm from the upcoming movie. He just got here not too long ago in the mail, so I'm rushed to go grab him and do a video on him. Let's dive right in. Yep, exact same packaging as his sister Sue Storm, so I'm going to imagine there's going to be similar images. Yeah, it's just going to be of the actual, actor or whatever on the side and the actor on the back. Good pictures nonetheless, but I do kind of wish they were of the figure, but I get it because it's a movie. Anyways, that's enough about this package. Let's get him out of the package and take a closer look at him. All right. Well, out of the package, first glance, he looks okay, but let's save our judgment for here in a minute. To the top of his hair, he is right at 6¼ inches, which would make the whole figure 15.5 centimeters. I don't know if that's right. I don't know exactly how tall this Johnny Storm is supposed to be. But let's look at his aesthetic real quick. He's definitely not built like a superhero. I don't know if Joseph Quinn is kind of jacked or anything in the movie. I haven't really paid attention to the trailers too much. But this is definitely not like a superhero build. Very just average kind of build. Do you see that? Like there's no V-taper of any sort through the torso. No hint of a chest really. Little bit almost looks like they tried to give him shoulders, but no real arms or anything. Very kind of like tubular. Nothing kind of pinches in at the joints or anything. The legs to me look a little frumpy. Do y'all see that? Like look at his thighs and look at his calves from the front, the sides, and the back. Almost these boots kind of give him like a cankle kind of look, but I mean it could just be the boots, you know what I'm saying, like the design they had to go off of. But so far aesthetic wise, really not that impressive. Let's zoom in on his face real quick. The face sculpt, it looks pretty good. It's definitely a hyper realistic face. Do I think it looks like Joseph Quinn?
No.
No, not super good, but then again, I'm not like a Joseph Quinn expert, but the face does look good, but I don't think it matches him 100%. Now, let's talk about this hair. I do not like it. It's like a light brown plastic that they've taken like a kind of a Dijon mustard yellow and put a wash in with that in it, and it doesn't, I don't think it looks good at all. But that could just be me, but I don't think the hair looks very good at all. That's kind of a swing and a miss. Let's talk about the rest of the paint, because they're just like Sue Storm. There's paint on him, but it's not done real good. Like the white, all this white on the arms, across the chest and shoulders is white paint. But it's very thin. I don't know if the camera's going to kind of show it, but the blue is bleeding through a little bit. Like it's all lined up pretty decent, but blue is kind of bleeding through in places, and that's very indicative of Hasbro anyway, so I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? The 4 looks pretty good. Belt looks okay. And just like the Sue Storm figure, it's got that glossy black paint on like the insides of the forearm and palms of the gloves. I don't really know why they went with that choice, because it doesn't look very good, because the figure does have a matte finish all over it, just like the Sue Storm figure, with very similar detailing and texturing. But that black, I don't like that black paint. That looks weird to me. And it's down here on the boots, and my boot right here could just be my figure, probably is, got a smudge on it, so we're 2 for 2 with these Fantastic Four First Steps figures having smudges of something on the boots of the figure, so I'm not a big fan of that either. But I don't even want to say overall he looks good, because he really doesn't. I mean, just kind of looks like a frumpy ass figure. I mean, but if that's what the character in the movie looks like, then okay. But I'm not a big fan of it. But I mean, if this looks just like the figure, then good job Hasbro, I guess. Let's look at his accessories. Speaking of mediocre performances, because this one doesn't really come with much. Just this one head sculpt right here, and honestly, I don't really like the face. The face itself is done okay and looks pretty decent as far as paint and stuff. That hair looks like teetotal shit. He comes with 4 hands. Again, they give us kind of a gripping, almost a trigger hand for him, and he comes with nothing to grip or trigger hand.
Fuck.
And I want to point out, I didn't mention this in the Sue Storm video, but this little bracelet thing, I guess that's something from the movie, something they all wear. I don't really know what it is, maybe a communicator or something. But she had one, and I didn't mention it for some reason, and he has one too. And of course, he's got some kind of open hand right here, like he's doing something, I don't fucking know. But that's what that's what he has right there. And of course, he comes with 2 fist hands right here, and they look as cheaply done as possible, especially since you can see the palm and there is no black paint on it like there would be on the other gloves. But they give us a little smidgen of it right there in the crease. Poorly done. Not impressed whatsoever. And he does get these 2 little flame kind of effect things right here, and these look pretty decent. They're like orange translucent plastic with some like white wash over them, or not wash, but more like dry brush, I guess you would say. And they look pretty good. They're nice soft plastic. I guess you can just kind of fit them over his hands however you want, or maybe around the wrist. Let's put it on there and just see kind of how it looks. Looks pretty cool, I guess. I'll put it on both hands just for symmetry. Just takes half a second here. There's that. I mean, it looks cool. It's not a bad effect or whatever. I'm probably doing it wrong as far as it's probably supposed to go on the fist hands, but whatever. But it looks kind of cool. That's not too bad. I'm not going to complain about those. You know, this is just the Johnny Storm version. I don't know what else really we could get with him. I don't know what all he does. Maybe he flies, so a flight stand would be kind of cool. But anyways, that's the extent of his accessories. So not a great score there because the fist hands look like crap. But those little flame effects are pretty cool. Let's stand him next to some other figures really quick. And speaking of other figures, here he is with his sister Sue Storm from this same wave. And they look pretty good next to each other. I definitely would say her aesthetic is a little better than his. But that's just me being me. From the movie, this could be spot on, and I just, I'm being an asshole or whatever. Her head sculpt definitely looks better than his, for sure, 100%. Let's stand him next to some other lines really quick. Here is the SH Figuarts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, and he's taller than Goku, but they look pretty cool. Goku is the shit. Here he is next to the Nemesis Build-A-Figure Wave Cyclops, and Cyclops is significantly taller and bigger than him. This is what a superhero should look like for the most part. Here he is next to the Nemesis Build-A-Figure Wave Wolverine, and they look pretty good. And switching to another line, here he is next to the McFarlane Toys Battle Damage Superman from the James Gunn movie, and he's way taller, but they're a different scale. Here he is next to the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Reptile, again different scales, but you can see what I'm seeing on that one. And just because I really, really like this figure, here he is next to the Storm Arena Ken from Street Fighter 3 Alpha 3. And, same price figures, pretty much within $3 to $5 of each other. And it's just no competition. Get the hell out of here. But anyways, let's check out his articulation really quick, see how he moves around. I mean, we'll start with his head. Looks down real good. And looks up real good. And that's it. And that's because he's on that damn ball peg disc hinge. Son of a bitch! We all know my feelings on that. It's a piece of crap. The fact that they're doing that in brand new waves is just blows my mind. Earlier this year, they had released some figures on double ball pegs, and I thought they had seen the light. I was wrong. No neck joint. Surprise, surprise. Shoulders will go up above, or just north of 90, so that's pretty decent. And of course, you get a full 360 out of one. No butterfly, but I guess that he's just not supposed to be very action-y or superhero-y other than setting himself on fire. But, so that's okay. I suppose it kind of sucks, for people that like to do cool poses. Guys, a bicep swivel that bicep swivels. Double jointed elbow that tons of range. I hate the look of that. That doesn't look like an elbow or anything, but whatever. And the wrists are on a hinge like normal. Now, he's got a diaphragm brake. There's neutral, Forward, he'll go forward a couple, 3 degrees, not too horrible. Back to neutral, and he'll lean back 3 or 4 degrees. So not too terrible there, with no gapping really, and minimal ledging, so that's not too bad. That's a double ball peg or a ball peg, whichever one it is, and plenty of tilt and twist and all that good stuff. Get plenty of range out of that. That's pretty decent. He has a waist swivel that doesn't look horrific because that belt kind of hides it a little bit. I think it's just the tubular cylindrical nature of his torso that kind of hides it more than anything. There's no V-taper or anything to kind of show some pinching in, but you'll get that out of it so you can do whatever you want. Hips, full on split. His sister should be jealous because she couldn't do one, but he can, and they have the same engineering in the hips there, so I don't know why he can and she can't. Neither one of them can do a front kick or the shit.
Fuck.
He has a little Johnny booty there, but it won't kick back or anything, so there's that. That sucks. Thigh swivel, that thigh swivels. Pinless, double jointed knee, tons of range. The lower leg still looks a little short for whatever reason, but the range is good. No shin swivel on this one either. The ankles are a hinge, go all the way down, all the way up, and you have some very steep injury-esque range of motion with the ankle rocker. Peg holes in the bottom of the feet, and no toe hinge. And again, I feel like these feet are small, just like I did with Sue. I feel like these feet are small, and I showed that her feet are small. And yes, Cyclops is a taller character, and his feet are significantly bigger. But let's use a shorter character. Maybe that's what it is. And nope, Wolverine's feet are bigger than his too. I still feel like his feet are too big. Now his feet are bigger than Goku's, but that's 2 different designs. But I think you get my drift. I feel like this wave, like all their feet are going to wind up being too small, or maybe it's me. I don't know. Tell me down in the comments. But overall, he moves pretty well. I don't like the head joint, of course, and I don't like waist twists. I'd rather see a ball peg down there. Again, they missed an opportunity to put a ball peg down in the waist because they got that nice belt to kind of hide it or whatever. But overall, his accessories suck. The paint sucks. The paint on the head sculpt is atrocious. But he moves okay. He moves okay and has a nice finish. Honestly, I want to kind of give him below average, but we're getting so used to kind of shit product from Marvel Legends that I'll give him a C. He's a C. He's an average Hasbro Marvel Legends figure. Nothing great. The paint is not that great. It's not that good at all, really, anywhere on him. The figure, to me, doesn't really look all that appealing. And it's a weak set of accessories. So he's a C. Anyways, that's all I've got for Johnny Storm here. If you have not subscribed, pause the video, scroll down, give us a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good shit. And with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.